I was thinking about something important. I realized I quit Instagram 3 years ago actually, and yeah, I was just reflecting on that actually. What it really brought to me, like I think it changed my life. You know, like a lot of people will say, "Wow," just like over exaggerate some life-changing decisions or things that have an impact. What I can say for sure is that it really made a difference in my life in the past 3 years to not be on it. And there's many reasons why you want to be on it, and many reasons why you may not want to be on it as well. For me, it was simple. Like I simply pulled off the my phone app that tells you like how much time you spend on different apps, right? You gotta be careful here. There's a lot of dog poop. Not all dog owners in Hong Kong carry their dog's poops, you know. And some dogs, well, you never know what they eat. Man, I'll continue my story, but I just wanted to show you this. It's pretty beautiful. That's amazing. So peaceful. I love that about Hong Kong. If you want to see something crazy, look at the roots over there. That root system is insane.
So beautiful.
And that's just what we can see, even. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Also about this story about Instagram, it changed my life in many ways because I realized 3 years ago when I pulled up the app that I was spending on average about an hour per day, sometimes an hour and a half, 2 even, per day on Instagram. And you know, you never think about how much time you actually spend on the apps. Like you just know that you spend a lot of time on them. And seeing it, I was like, even like when you think about it, like 1 hour, 2 hours, for some people it's not a lot, and for some people it's really a lot. For me, it was shocking because when you put that in perspective and you think, okay, like if we count just 1 hour per day, and that's throughout the day, like first thing you wake up, you watch whatever shorts, your notifications, whoever sent you a message, follow, unfollow, and so on. And then throughout the day, you know, like you also receive messages, and then it becomes a habit as well to just put it out at any time. You're taking a break, you're going to the toilet, whatever. Like any place is a place for you to pick up your phone and see what's going on. You know, like really to see what's going on. That need to be entertained all the time. Like almost even be distracted. And so 1 hour per day, you know, like there's 365 days a year. Calculation is easy. That means I spent 365 hours per year. But what does it even mean? Like, I mean, when I calculated it this way, like I didn't know how much it was actually. If you make the calculation and you look at it on your phone, 365 hours is the equivalent of 15 days and 5 hours. And that's like full awake time, as in like per year. Like you're not even sleeping, you know, like 15 days and 5 hours of awake time. Obviously, like if you factor in sleep, let's say 8 hours a day, you go more around the 22 days. So let's say 3 weeks and 1 extra day. So 3 weeks per year, I'm just being dumb, like watching stupid shit. And oftentimes like thinking the excuse of, yeah, but I want to be connected with my friends. And like if I leave it, I'm gonna lose touch and be disconnected of my friends. Reality is like I wasn't spending that much time chatting to my friends on Instagram.
Sharing reels.
Like sharing reels, stupid shit. Like yeah, of course, like sometimes you laugh and stuff, but did I really need it? And I can't say that I've ever used Instagram at a moment where like after using it, I was like, damn, I'm so glad I used it. Look at this, bamboo sticks again. We're just finishing construction. All right. We'll see that another time. But yeah, just like being dumb, you know, like watching your phone, like stupidly laughing at stuff. And I mean, between you and I, it's also a lot of watching people, you know, like you have friends who send you, look at this chick, look at this guy, and your feeds becomes either a mix of that or food or cats. I mean, I love cats or pets in general. So that's the stuff you consume. Yeah, of course you feel good because that's the dopamine hits, but has it really added any value to my life? Has it, like, do I feel happier using it? little bamboo sticks. We gotta watch out a little bit on this road. It's like narrow sidewalks. I like these daily fireside chat walk.
Fireside walk.
Fireside walk chats. That's how we call them. Yeah, same as the fireside chat, but it's a sidewalk. Fireside walk chat. But that's the daily. I mean, yeah, at least once or say 3-4 times a week, just going for a walk to free up our mind. And I want to share these videos also with you. These are just like things that I'm sharing with my friends, with the person who's behind the camera, which you'll see soon as well. Very important person. But again, on that story of Instagram, like, okay, 3 weeks spent like really dumbass looking at your phone, stupidly, like with no value added. What a trade-off. Yeah. What would you do? And that was the question I asked myself, like, what would I do if I had 3 weeks of life? Like, non-stupid life available to me. I was like, wow, what a waste. You can extend the thought process and think, okay, everything that you do that takes an hour, that's basically like a day. That means obviously that you're spending 3 weeks per day doing that. You can, like, some people will overextend that, saying like, okay, I spend an hour a day eating, or let's say if you double that, I spend 2 hours a day eating. So that means I have 6 weeks that I can save, you know. I would disagree with that, because like there's I don't need to drink liquid. Some people are very into that productive element of not wasting time in eating. I do like to spend time. I do enjoy being present with not just the food, but also the practice of connecting around food with others. And so that social element, this is something that I would keep. But regardless, like, let's think just about social media, whatever you're using, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whichever thing that you're spending at least an hour a day. Doesn't have to be a day, but can be across several weeks or whatever. Make that calculation and think about it in a year's time. How much time did you actually spend in it, and what could you have done instead? Because honestly, I don't think like any time Instagram has added value to me. It's also not something I'm using for business, so I'm not making money out of it. I'm just basically freely giving my attention, and that view is pretty nice actually. I love the contrast in Hong Kong. The waterfront is just down the road. We can cross now. See a nice view actually on the waterfront. I don't know if we see it on camera. Yeah. Nice, yeah, just down there. We're going across actually. That's our daily extended walk to go catch the sunset over there. And yeah, you can, as I said, can extend that for any other practice, but social media specifically, stuff that didn't add value to your life or doesn't add value. It doesn't also have to be something that you spend 1 hour per day on, but several things. The point is calculate that on a yearly basis and think about what is the trade-off. You know, if I'm putting that time there, it's time that I cannot get back, and it's time I'm not spending elsewhere. So the first part for me when I did that was protecting my time. It was like, wow, okay. It was easy. It was an overnight thing, like a realization of, man, I don't want to waste my time like this. And as I said, like, it was not something that I was using for business. It's not something that I ever used where I felt like happy, like I really need to be there and this is part of who I am. Like, of course, if you're a content creator, you've got a business, or you've got whatever reasons, there's many reasons why to be on it. But if it's just for consuming stupid stuff, snippet content, like bite-sized one-sentence news and all, like, I don't really need that. And so that was 3 years ago. So if we calculate 3 by 3, that's 9 weeks, you know, that's 2 months, almost 2 months and a half that I saved of my life in just like 3 years. There's not been a time where I felt like, oh, I really need to go back into it, or like I regret it. You know, you get the occasional, you're traveling, you're meeting cool people, and you're thinking, okay, well, to connect, they're like, hey, do you have an Instagram? And there's always that weird moment where I'm like, no, I don't have Instagram, or like I quit Instagram. 100% of the times where I've said I'm not on Instagram, people always say one of two things. Like, okay, we gotta be careful again on crossing. That's a little Hong Kong surprise. It's more being careful for the camera person because I can see what's going on, but Sarah's gonna watch the screen. Yeah, there's always been the two things that people say. Number one is, I think I need to reduce as well. Like I've been thinking about reducing. And second is, yeah, I think I'm gonna quit as well. So it's either reducing or quitting. Nobody has ever said, when I tell them I quit Instagram or I'm not on Instagram anymore, nobody has ever said, what, man? Are you crazy? What are you doing? Like, you're not on Instagram? Get back into Instagram. What are you doing here? No, nobody's ever said that. And like, even if you say it, like in whatever, in the comments or else, I'm happy with that. And so the question was, of course, now I've protected this time, right? And you're going to be asking like, well, great, you got now 3 weeks per year that's available. What do you do out of it? Before I even talk about what you do out of it, this is very personal choice and subjective. But the fact that you have the option, you know, just that, to give ourselves that option, for me, was the life changer. Just thinking, wow, like I actually can take over control on my life and specifically on my time. So I think that wealth, not necessarily just financial, but like wealth as a concept comes around our conception of time actually. Not something you can get back. Knowing what you do with your time, where you input it, where your attention really goes. That's been, I mean, I'm still processing, and this is still something I'm exploring, but it's a big focus of what I'm doing. Like, where does my attention go? And so, for instance, there are a few things that I can tell you that I've done that I wouldn't have been able to do if I hadn't cut off that specific time, for instance. One is, I did something that I wanted to do for a long time, which was to go on a meditation retreat. I meditate, and I've been meditating more, I would say, gradually over the past maybe 4 or 5 years, but every year a bit more. And I felt at some point I reached a ceiling in my practice, because I would say I practice on my own or use apps or like follow some videos, but I never been through a training or else. So I thought, I mean, I want to do that. Different types of meditation retreats you can think about. There's more esoteric ones or westernized ones, Buddhist ones, Hindu ones, just a lot. A lot of people talk about Vipassana, which is it's a silent retreat practice, which I think is great. I enjoy silence and I no problem with it. But for this specific one, because it was also the first time I was doing it, and what I was seeking was, watch out, there's some dog mines on the road. Guys, I wish sometimes we could show you, maybe on another video we'll do that. There's literally mines everywhere, it's crazy. So that's one more thing, you know, if you're so constantly on your phone and you're watching this, like, you know, you're so disconnected from your exterior, I kid you not, like the amount of dog poops we see with actual human steps on them is insane. And like, yeah, literally, it's like, people say karma is a bee, you know. I don't think that's a bee. Karma has done really well for you. That's like under the wake-up call. You're in deep shit, literally. Where was I going? I forgot.
Vipassana.
Ah, yes, exactly. Vipassana. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Vipassana, silent retreat, really good. But for this specific time, because I felt like I wanted to deepen my practice, I was looking for something where I could have some feedback, where I could discuss, you know, the experience itself, not at the end of it, but during the process. And I found this amazing retreat. It's the Hong Kong sounds. I'm interested in, Stoicism, Buddhist literature in general, as a spiritual practice of mindfulness. And same year I was reading, it was 2025 actually, I was reading, I never know how to pronounce, I'll butcher the name, Thich Nhat Hanh, Vietnamese Buddhist monk. Very prolific literature, very accessible, very interesting. I mean, if you're keen on Buddhism, I would definitely recommend his books. I think it was Peace is Every Step is one of the staple books that I'd recommend. Introduction to Buddhism in general, and I would say probably more mindfulness than Buddhism itself. Very interesting read. Anyway, so I was looking more for a retreat that had insights of Buddhism that wasn't preachy, and that would teach you, the practice of meditation that had some ancestral roots in it. And I found this amazing retreat. It was in Thailand. Thailand has a big Buddhist community, obviously. It was in the north of Chiang Mai, in a small city called Pai. I had never been before. It's actually outside of Pai, it's not in Pai itself. And the retreat is called the Pai Meditation Center. It was a 7-day retreat where you have about 4 to 6 hours meditation a day, including courses. Usually courses are in the morning and a little bit in the evening. It's close to a hot spring, so you can also enjoy that at the same time. Obviously it's not like 4 hours straight meditation. I've actually never done 4 hours straight. The longest I've done was about an hour plus. But you experience that, and you have also feedback with the monks in the afternoon who ask you questions, with whom you can share your experiences, and that was really amazing. And that's 7 days. 7 days, that's like a third of what I saved with not being on Instagram, literally. And I was disconnected at that time. You'll be like, okay, you're being so spiritual and so on. Honestly, I loved that retreat. It was the first time in my life where I was fully disconnected, didn't have my phone. You're in the middle of nature, and with that, I reconnected with a sense of presence. Actually, remember just before I was talking about time is the real wealth, and it's time in the now. Cameraman is safe with the stairs. Guys, it really requires skills, to be able to film, make sure that the camera is stable, and not walk on dog poop.
It's a little shaky.
And exactly, and watch stuff. This area of Hong Kong is also pretty interesting. Like, you got a highway in the middle of the roads, like almost passing through the buildings. If I were a kid, I'm an adult kid and I love this stuff. 9 years I'm in Hong Kong and I'm still appreciating it. We're on our way to the waterfront right now. We'll probably be there in maybe 5 minutes-ish. Not so far, we're going down. It's a longer walk than going straight from our place, but we like it counts a bit more steps, and then from there we can actually make a bigger turn. All right, let's cross from here. Isn't that amazing, guys? For those who've never been in Hong Kong, it's a very walkable city with a lot of access. Yeah, a lot of hills and
A lot of stairs.
access to nature. Dogs as well, as you can see. Well, so that retreat was pretty amazing. And we can talk very extensively about it. Like, if this is something that you feel like you want to know more about, I'm happy to share. But like, in very short, that sense of presence, I try to carry it with me, and trying to be spontaneous. Similarly, like recording a video like this, it's the same as recording an audio message that I would send any friend. But instead of like holding myself as a selfie and like walking actually on dog poop, I'm letting the camera do that.
Yes.
But no, the principle is just like being present and natural. I think a year ago we were talking about creating content and what it means. Like, I can also be challenged. Like, okay, you quit Instagram because there's nothing that you found interesting there, and you felt like you're wasting time, which is true. Why are you creating content for people to waste their time as well on another platform? I thought about it a lot. Like, why would I even do this? Firstly, this is not the first content I'm creating. For my business scale list, YouTube is actually the number one lead generation, like acquisition channel for us. It's been working pretty well because I don't think a lot of SaaS founders do spend time or invest in YouTube because it's a very difficult channel to crack. It took us time actually to really go through that, but it's paying off because it's content that compounds versus other channels, Instagram for instance as well, where the content doesn't necessarily compound, but you have to, like, I don't know, shelf life of a content is maybe 1 or 3 days, and you constantly have to recreate and recreate and recreate, whereas YouTube, you can live forever in a way, but it also takes more effort to do it. And now with the question of like why YouTube, I also have a DJ channel where I post my mixes, and this is really fun project, similar as this. I know I'm not always the best at like keeping in touch with friends and sending news and so on, and occasionally I find myself recording the same audios, whether that's in English or in French, mainstream languages that I'm speaking. And so instead of just sending them to friends, I'm sharing them with everybody. Like, I want to approach that as being friends, you know? Because the question we had last year was, okay, what does it mean to be authentic? You know, everybody says like, oh, if you want to persevere and have a personal brand and so on, like you gotta be authentic. So there's a few questions in the mix that I'm dropping. Is what does it mean to be authentic? There's also the why are you creating content? Let's go from. I think we're gonna go this side. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the tram, guys. It's amazing. I hope we're gonna see one on the way actually. So on the question of authenticity, because it links with the why create content, why push people to more on apps than actually be out when this is what you're saying in a way. I think the authentic side of things, we were talking about it last year, where a lot of people say, okay, you gotta be authentic for your personal brand, or that's what people want to see and so on. But I was thinking, like, is authenticity something that people model? I have an idea of what authentic actually means. Okay, like, oh, it's stage, not stage, or you feel that the person is authentic. I like to listen to podcasts, for instance, that are unedited because you just got the raw material. You know, like I'm not a native English speaker. I make my mistakes. I got my accent. You just get what I do. And what I'm doing right now is the conversations we're having with Sarah. Ah, nice. That's the OGs. Guys, this World Cup is happening here. Yeah, I don't know actually. I don't know what the game's called. I think Go is like has more modern. Yeah, I'm not sure. If anybody knows what it is, I mean, let us know. But it's always super busy here. But yes, authenticity. Like, is it something that people model? You have an expectation of what authenticity means, and then the creators actually create that authenticity or what they think is authentic. You said, like, I like podcasts because it's unfiltered. Most of the content that say I consume, whether it's learning or else, I don't always necessarily look for, like if I'm looking for a class, authentic doesn't matter. I want to learn something, but if I want to connect with somebody, yeah, I kind of want to feel about, I have a feel about what they're like actually as a person. Ooh la la! I didn't see it was red. I just saw that one green there. So tram tracks, but no tram today. We'll probably see the tram and another walk. Waterfront is just down there, guys. And so, is authenticity something that you can model or you can just experience or express? I thought, you know what, I just want to be myself. Like it's fine. I'm happy to do this. It's fun. These are things that I'm sharing with my friends. And to the point of do you create content that is gonna pull people to spending more time on their phones and social media? I mean, the point is actually to tell you to not spend time on social media. Like if you're watching this, I hope at least you're getting some benefit out of it and food for thought. You know, like as if you were talking to a friend. We're walking together. It's a walk and talk. That's what we were talking about earlier, the fireside walk chat. I always have a difficult time to say it. Shibas is one of the top 3 dogs that you will see in Hong Kong. Shibas, corgis, and I forgot the other ones, the ones with the curly hair. Poodles. Yeah, so that's like a conversational thing, you know, you can switch out, you can watch it later, share with a friend. And the idea is just to connect, bring you into the conversations, into the life of, it's like creating a community, like bring through the life of an entrepreneur. I would say, like, since I started my first business in 2019, oftentimes it felt lonely, to be honest. Like you're grinding through long hours, you're exhausted. Of course, I have friends that I see here as well, but not everyone is in the same journey as you are. Some haven't started, some want to get started, some have started as well, and like you're connecting, you're seeing each other, but oftentimes you're just behind your screen, you know, whether that's your phone or your laptop working. That's something that I missed. And so it's also a way for me to connect with you and hopefully to stay connect back at some point. We're coming close to the water. I love this moment. 9 years in Hong Kong, and we're going to my favorite park. Hong Kong has done an amazing work on infrastructure. So we're right now on Hong Kong Island. So that was the first part that was colonized by the Brits in the late 19th century. Then they went through the mainland called Kowloon and then new territories, which is like really at the border of Shenzhen. But we're on an island actually right now. It's pretty big one. And we're going to the waterfront. That's literally 100 meters. That's our sunset walk. Yeah, sometimes we get lucky, sometimes not, but either way, yeah, it's still nice. Ah, look at that car. Yeah. Aim high. Nice. That's so funny. People are quirky, I love that. This is Hong Kong's central vegetable and fruit market. So because Hong Kong imports, I forgot what percentage is, I'll say like the number that I heard, but I'm not sure it's absolutely correct. It's about 85% of food. So this is where it comes mostly. It's very nice. I love fruit. I love fruit. Like if I had the keys, if I had the keys to get in there, I'd break in anytime. Totally. Like that's one thing. Like I really can't survive without fruit. Like after a few hours of no fruit, I'm done. I'm drying out. I don't know if you can see it, like the just waterfront starting. Hello. Those bad Jows. Here we go. Yeah. Fruit people are the best people. I always get asked, you know, what's your favorite fruit? You love fruit so much. Guys, I don't discriminate on fruit. I love them all equally, but I have a preference for pineapples. Here we go. Enjoy time and be present. We'll be there, we're right in it. We want to show you a little bit of that, and then we can also be present with this. We want to take you with us in this little water journey. Nice. I love the sound of the waves. And that's Victoria Harbour, so it's spanning between Hong Kong Island and Kowloon on the other side. And the walk is super long. It's, I forgot how many kilometers, maybe something like 20 or something? Is it written here?
I don't think so.
I don't remember, but that's the entire like skyline on the other side. It's beautiful. This side here, for your reference, it was called the Instagram Pier. Talking about Instagram, guys. Literally, I kid you not, it was called Instagram. You ask anybody in Hong Kong and ask for the Instagram Pier, this is where it was. They closed it off because, as you can see, there's no fence. Most likely, I assume, a few people were like, you know, taking selfies and just falling. Not everyone here knows how to swim, so like they probably had to be rescued pretty badly. And the thing is, like, it's also a workable port shelter, so seafarers will come in and like drop stuff, and there's people taking photos that they can't do their work. So it's unfortunate they had to close it. Unfortunately, it was called Instagram Pier, but it came about at the same time where I quit Instagram as well. So I take it as a sign. Anyways, guys, it was nice talking to you. Thanks for listening, and we'll do probably another video as well on walking on the waterfront, because that's a pretty amazing walk. Thank you so much. Take care. See you, and make sure you make the best of your time.